Okay, let's do a little lesson. We just had some breakfast. I did the poll at the time of this recording. There was 92% of you who have been manipulated and taken advantage of. Holy gosh. Okay, here's the secret to never get taken advantage of. It's very easy, by the way. Here it is. Demand at all times, instantaneous, real-time fair exchange. That's it. That's the secret. If you do that, there's no such thing as being taken advantage of. Demand always real-time fair exchange. So you always want to ask the question, what's in it for me and what's in it for them? And if they're balanced, go ahead with the thing. If they're not balanced, do not proceed. And demand it in real time. Meaning, if someone says, hey, let's go and do this thing together, you want to say, okay, what's in it for me? If someone comes to you and says, hey, let me go and do this and this and this, and I'll give you this for free and I'll donate that and all this crap. If it's not balanced, if you're not actually doing something, putting up some consideration for the deal, don't do it, because what they'll do is they'll do it and then they'll expect you to pay them back sometime in the future. Oh my golly gosh, I see so many people go and do free favors for their friends or for their family, and they do these free things and they don't communicate the fair exchange. They don't openly communicate what's the deal here, what's in it for both parties. And then what they do is the person who does it just logs, oh, well, I did a favor for them. And it's not been expressed, it's not been vocalized or agreed upon. They just think that they owe them, they have entitlement. And then the other person, sometimes them, if they got low self-worth, they'll go into guilt. This person's in guilt because they think they owe, and this person's in entitlement because they think that, and it's just not communicated. It's very sloppy. And I've seen friendships break up because of this. I've seen family members drift apart and not talk to each other because of this, because they just didn't fucking use their brain and open their mouth. It's crazy shit to go and do a favor and not communicate what's in it for you, but then expect that they owe you something in the future. That's very sloppy. If you do a favor and you actually, truthfully, deep down expect them to pay you back, don't just keep it in here. Voice it and say, this is what I expect. This is my time. This is what I'm worth. Pay me. Do something. There has to be equal. And if you're equal, then the whole deal's clean. If you truly just want to help because you want to help the person and you're really inspired to do that, you don't expect them to do the thing, well, just log in your brain that you're in fair exchange for doing the deal. You get to help. You get the feeling of feeling good that you get to serve someone, help someone. But that's it. They don't owe you anything after that. I'm certain that if you do this moving forward, you'll never ever get into a situation where you get taken advantage of, because you know in real time, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to say yes if it's not fair. It's very easy. And if you go through your history and you clear all the things that ever happened to you and you realize that you have been in fair exchange, you will liberate yourself from the two polarities of guilt and entitlement. Look, it's these little things that we do. I do a little favor here, a little favor here, a little favor here. They stack up over time. And if we're not communicating because we don't value ourselves enough to actually ask for remuneration, because we don't value our time and we say yes to everything, and you have years and years and years of all these favors that you've done and all these things that you've stacked up, and you'll pull into entitlement and you expect the world on the outside owes you something. I should be paid. They should be doing this for me. And you'll be in entitlement. And then you'll pull into narcissism because you think that people owe you things, which they don't, because you never voiced it. And if you're on the other side of the scale, you're down at the guilt end, it's because people have done all this free shit for you. All these people have done all this free things and given you handouts and all the freebies and stuff, and you have a guilt. You have a, oh golly gosh, I really need to pay them back. I really need to pay the world on the outside back, and you pull into altruism. And if you're in guilt and you're in altruism, you want to do everything for everyone else. You won't want to charge for your time because you don't value yourself, and you'll stay poor and financially disempowered. If you're over here and you're in narcissism and entitlement, you won't actually want to serve anyone because you expect them to give you something for nothing, and you'll stay poor and financially disempowered. The guilty, altruistic people will attract into their space the narcissistic, entitled people to bully them around, to manipulate them and take advantage of them so that they wake up to themselves and demand fair exchange. This person does the opposite. They help each other learn to pull back into the middle. Nature is striving for fair exchange. So if you want to be like a normal person, you could spend 10, 20, 50 years going back and forward, altruism, narcissism, back like this, butting your head against the people who you think are manipulating you. They're trying to wake you up to the truth, which is that nature is striving for fair exchange. Pull into the middle. And when you stop polarizing yourself at the extremes, you pull into the middle and you start to empower your life, and you start to become financially independent because you're providing a service for others altruistically, and you're demanding that they pay you in fair exchange. Narcissistically, you have a balance of the two. You start to become financially empowered.